And let me give the viewers a little bit of background, and also just to point people to, I've also made a separate explainer video about this because it's a bit of an
Mm.
unusual disease. But basically, botulism, it is a disease that is caused by a bacteria called Clostridium botulinum, which is found throughout nature. You can find it in soil, you can find it in dust. And under very unique circumstances, this bacteria can produce a devastating toxin. Well, that toxin is particularly useful if you want to protect yourself against wrinkles. It is, in fact, the
Right.
toxin that's used in Botox. But if you get it by eating it, that is not very helpful. You basically can get paralyzed from head to toe. And that's why this is such a severe disease.
Yeah, it's the bacteria creates a neurotoxin, and what it does is it blocks the receptors that are responsible for nerve conduction, electrical impulse conduction in the muscles, right? And in
Yeah,
blocking
and
that,
that's what paralyzes you and prevents you
yeah,
from breathing because, your diaphragm is one of your biggest muscles that helps you with breathing as well too.
really scary.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's also important for people to understand is there are basically two different types of botulism. So the botulism that most of us know about, or most people know about it, is the one where like the spores of this bacteria have somehow entered a food, and that food often something that's canned because it has to be what's called anaerobic. There's no oxygen entering that can.
Right.
Basically produces the toxin, and then people eat, and then very soon after eating, they've basically eaten the toxin, and that's how they get very sick with this illness. And we treat that with a very specific type of antitoxin that is only held and released by CDC. Well, this disease called infant botulism actually involves not eating the toxin, but actually eating these spores, these little particles that you can find in dust and in soil.